Hi everyone! So I know finally I look pretty decent and finally there's a video. But I wanted to do a relationship advice video that you guys have been asking for. And I thought to spice things up a little bit, I'm gonna do like a mini mukbang just because I'm really kind of self-conscious about how I chew. But I wanted to try it and see if I like it or not, see if you guys like it or not. I'm gonna really be starting off very small. I'm gonna have M&Ms and some brisk iced tea. I'm not gonna purposely like chew loud or like swallow very loudly, so don't worry about that. But anyways, I just wanted to have something else to do because I know just me talking sometimes is boring. So here we go. So this relationship advice video is going to be a little bit more centered towards couples, just because this idea came to me when I was thinking about a certain relationship or past experiences. So it's gonna be about couples, unfortunately, but it can also apply if you really like put context into context. So today's episode is going to be about compromising. And the reason why I wanted to do compromising is because I feel like it fits into so many categories of relationships and honestly of like communication and all that. But it's so specific that I wanted to, do the pros and cons of, sacrificing your kind of freedom in a way. And, just like I said, compromising has to do with sacrificing. It could be sacrificing things that you like, things you don't like, things that you, are interested in, things you're not interested in. It really all depends. So we're going to be talking about that today. So I think the first pro about compromising would be it shows support for your partner. It shows that you're willing to compromise. Let's just say you like to go out every Saturday to hang out with your friends or to, whatever it is you like to do. And put into mind, it's just not something necessarily. It is not something you have to do. It's something you enjoy. And let's just say, in order for you to kind of like be happy in your relationship, your partner has proposed that you don't really go out as much on those Saturdays, and you spend them with them because maybe that's like the only time they can really have. And that is an example of good compromising, is if you're willing to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to stay home and I'm going to spend time with you. And so the reason why I feel like that's so important, and it shows trust, it shows love, it shows dedication, is because you're willing to sacrifice something you like to do, sacrifice an event or sacrifice a time, and spend it with, your significant other. A negative one is if you're not willing to do that. It shows that you prioritize someone or something else over your significant other. And like I said, those are kinds of, it's a little wonky because it also really depends on, for your personal health and for your personal mental health, why are you going out or why are you doing whatever you're doing those days? And what can it do for you if you weren't going out on those days? I want people to acknowledge that, yes, sometimes it is necessary to be selfless, but also sometimes you have to be, like selfish in a way. But I really want people to kind of think about, before you make a decision, you start an argument about it. Why are you making that decision to not want to stay or not want to spend time with them and rather be doing that other thing? And I could go on and on about that kind of like situation, but I want to talk about one more. I think for me is sacrificing your kind of mental health and emotional health. I feel like is where compromising can be very difficult. Reason why is because if you're compromising, your mental health over a relationship, that's when it can be very bad. It just turns bad. When you notice that it's turning wrong and it's just not going the way it's supposed to, which is healthy and loving, supporting, then that's when I can't be in this relationship anymore. I do too many compromises. I give up so much of my everything and they're not giving the same. That's another thing. The cons is if both of you guys are compromising things, both of you guys are willing to give up things that you enjoy or don't enjoy, whatever. But a con is if one person is telling the other person to compromise everything. Hey, you can't hang out with this friend. You can't go here. You have to come home at this time. You have to do this. You have to do that. And then one time they're like, hey, can you like not do this or whatever, and they blow it up. Oh my god, how can you ask me to do that? Those are the kinds of relationships you don't want to be in. You don't want to be in a relationship where you feel like they can tell you everything that, you know, they want you to do, but as soon as you bring up something, you're like, you're attacked, you're looked at as a monster. And you never ever want to put yourself in a position where you feel like, you know, you're in the wrong because you want something or because you propose something. So for me, I honestly think, like I said, I always go back to communication, but compromising is so important, but it also can be very, very bad if you do it wrong. How you do it wrong, you say? Very easy. If you are compromising your health over the fact that you're in a relationship, do not stay in that relationship. If in that relationship they said, and this is not from personal experience, but this is from, like hearing about it and just an example, honestly. But if they said, honey, the only way that we can stay together is if you do crack with me. I know, it went fast, I know. But if you do drugs with me, then you can stay with me. If you don't do drugs, you gotta go. And you can be in a relationship with this person for a good 10 years and you've never seen them do crack in our life. And all of a sudden they're like, hey, let's do crack. And you're like, whoa, I don't do crack. I don't even do ass crack. So what makes you think I'm gonna do crack? Anyways. But I'm saying, like, they got all of a sudden just say, hey, compromise with me. If you're gonna stay with me, you gotta do crack. That is not healthy. Do not stay in that relationship, no matter how much you love them, no matter how much you want them in your life. If they're gonna tell you the only way that you're gonna be able to be happy with them or stay with them is if you do crack, leave. Listen, I'm not saying anything about crack. I'm just saying, if you already did crack and they're asking you to do crack again, that's not a good thing. If you gave up crack and they're telling you to go back on crack, don't go on crack. Anyways, that was really aggressive. Listen, I'm saying, like, anything that's like that, like, serious, it's like, if they're like, oh, that's another thing, compromising in terms of, like, if you don't do this, then I'm gonna do this. Girl, boy, let me tell you, hold on. This is from personal experience. Do not ever let yourself get trapped in that victim state of, I have to stay here because they want this from me, and if I don't give it to them, they're gonna do this. Get help. Number one. Get away from them. And you cannot feel like anything is your fault, because each person does what they do as an individual, unless they are encouraged or unless they are helped with that. Compromising. I say that this kind of falls into compromising because and this has happened before in all types of relationships, you can see it in movies and everything. They're like, oh, if you don't stay with me, I'm gonna kill myself. Here's where I have a problem, buddy. If you could live without them before, what makes you and me think that you're not gonna be able to live without me? Mind you, I can understand. If I was the best thing that ever happened to you and I just blessed your life and, you became so dependent on me, which I would hope would never happen to you guys, that your partner should not be completely and utterly dependent, because that could cause a lot of trouble. But anyways, and I made your life the most amazing thing you've ever seen in your whole life. And you're like, without you, I don't know what I would do. I can't even fold clothes without you. I can't even eat without you. You know, whatever. But to be so selfish as to put their mental, emotional, and physical health in danger because of the fact you're being selfish, because of the fact you're thinking irrationally, and most likely it's dramatic, I would say it's not fair to anybody in the situation. It is not, and especially it's not fair to the significant other who wants to leave or that should leave, because telling somebody that, it's very scary, and you don't know how to feel about that. You don't know how to be like, well, go ahead, do it. Like, you can't do that. You're gonna be like, oh my god, like, please don't do that. You know, I want to be happy. Like, I just want to, you know, move forward in my life. And if you have the nerve to be like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do if you do this, that's selfish, and that's horrible, and you can't do that to people that you say you love or say you loved. You can't do it. Don't do it. That's a bad compromise. Do not let yourself be put in that position where you have to compromise your happiness over them in that sense. So I feel like there was a lot of cons. Let's do some pros before we end the video. Pros. Oh my god, yes. Hold on. Oh my god, the biggest pro about compromising, and I'm gonna get a little passionate about this right here, but hold on. The biggest pro, and I guarantee you it's gonna feel so good, is when you compromise and it leads to rewards, basically. And I'm gonna explain what that means. It can mean a lot of different things, but for this example, I'm going to say if you compromise, let me just say, like, let's just say you have an addiction, or you have a habit, more like, of always wanting to be on your phone. Who knows? We don't know. It's very common. Don't get me wrong. It's very common, especially for people, you know, younger, or people who like are just getting like into it. They're always on their phone, like trying to know whatever. But anyways, if you're always on your phone and your significant other is like, can you please give up the phone? Can you like talk to me? And can we be like face to face, cara to cara? You know what I mean? And you're like, no. Why do I have to look at you? I live with you. I don't. Stop looking at me. Very mean thing to say, but the compromise would be get off your phone and look at them and be with them and live in the moment. Mind you, the obvious is that you're being with them, you're facing their face, and you're also creating memories, and you're not just on your phone and like ruining everything, because most likely you're on your phone because you're communicating with someone else, or you're looking at something else, and you're not really involved in that relationship at that time. But a pro about giving up that phone and talking to your significant other, oh man, I'm being weird, but listen, oh man, having that feeling of like putting your phone down, looking them in the eyes and saying, what's wrong, what's going on, like, what do you need, what do you want to do, like, what can we do right now, what do you want us to do? And doing that, honestly, it's the best feeling in the world, because it's kind of like you get out of another world and you turn and you're in the world that you created with that person. And for me, that's magical. I know some people are like, who cares? I don't see my significant other that important to me. To me, I feel like that's such a magical thing, to just like turn away from what you're always doing, which is most likely always on your phone, and turning and looking at them and saying, what do you want to do? Like, how's your day? Like, just talking. And that kind of stuff, I feel like is very important. And that's, like I said, that's like one of the best compromises I can think of, is like an action that you do, or an event, or whatever it is that you do constantly. And you can give it up, you know, once in a while, and, you know, use the time you're giving it up to get something, to spend time, to create memories, to build your relationship. It's in, like I said, I don't want to talk about any more cons, but the con of that would be they just don't want to be with you. If you're always going to be on your phone, you're always going to ignore them. Who wants to be with that? So, like I said, I don't really know if my chewing was weird in this video. I don't know if you guys were a little annoyed about the candy in my mouth. But I wanted to, like, talk and, like, usually when I do these videos, especially relationship advice, I kind of try to act like if I was with, like, a friend, or if I was trying to, you know, if I was talking to my significant other or something, you know. So I'm trying to do this and, like, try to eat or whatever, because usually when I'm talking to somebody, I'm not just talking to them. I'm probably, like, eating something or drinking something or whatever. So it was really good to try and do this. Let me know if you guys want me to actually, like, do a real mukbang, which is, like, eating real food and drinking and whatever. But that was today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I know I talked a lot about crack, and I'm sorry. And I don't know really why crack was just such a passionate topic in this video, but just don't do crack, guys. Anyways, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below if you like the mukbang and if you want me to do any more. Remember to follow my Instagram so that you guys can do the poll on what video you want to see next. And make sure to live, laugh, and love. And remember, life is key to a very successful day. I love you guys. Bye.